Hi, Derek here, business systems coach for contractors. How do you improve profits in your construction company? I'm be sharing with you the 3 big ways that you can improve your bottom line and make sure you're keeping the money that you're making. All right, so I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 big areas of how to improve the profits in your business. Make sure you're keeping your money. They say revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. So it's not how much revenue you make in a business, it's what you keep at the end of the day that's so important. And if you are not profitable at, doing a couple $100,000 or $1 million in your construction business right now, and you're scaling up to 2, 3, plus million, you're just going to be that much less profitable. Generally, I've had this happen to me. I had it happen to clients where, you feel like if you just grow your company and double, your sales and revenues, you'll have more money. While in reality, as you grow a business, you're going to have more management, you're going to have more things to take care of. Generally, profitability can drop unless you're doing things properly. So I'm going to be sharing with you, you're in the right place. Give this video a big thumbs up. If it's added value, if you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel, give it some thumbs up, super appreciated. First one coming at you here, know your numbers. I'm sure you've heard it a lot, I'm sure you heard it before. What does that really mean, right? So a lot of times we feel like, to get profitable, we need to raise our prices, we need to, manage things better, efficiencies, all that stuff. Yes, that's important. But the most important thing to do right away, the first thing you want to do to improve your profits is get a really good relationship with your numbers of your business. Things like overhead and management costs. So what is your overhead? What are you spending money on? If you did no projects next month, what would you have to spend money on anyways? Things like, insurance, maintenance, all the office supplies, your subscriptions, all that kind of stuff. You need to figure that out. Also the management. So what are you paying to manage your projects? It's often overlooked of like, what is it really costing? And if you're doing all the management inside your business, what is that costing? Are you charging for your management time properly? The second thing is estimating. So how good is your estimating? Are you, contributing overhead and management time and money into your estimate, not just doing an overhead markup percentage, but actually line iteming how much overhead and how much management goes into an estimate. Third thing with know your numbers is your banking. So you should have at least 5 different bank accounts for your business. And the reason you want to do this is because if you've got everything in 1 or 2 bank accounts, it's just, there's way too much mismanagement, right? There's no financial management. Everything is everywhere and you can't have anything set aside, right? So you should have your income account. And then from there, from your income account goes to your other 4 bank accounts. The first one being your profit account. So percentage allocation, profit, percentage allocation, your income, your personal owner's draw or wages or whatever you want to, however you take money out of your business. The third one is your expenses. So you should have an expense account. All expenses go out of there. So if your expense account is low and you can't run your business, then you need to go back to your allocations, or you're not being profitable enough because you have to take money from one of your other accounts. Either it's coming out of your paycheck or your profit. So something's amiss in your business. And then the fourth one is a savings account. So this is for big purchases or just having some money set aside for rough patches, maybe sales slump, maybe economy slumps, maybe something happens in the family, so whatever. So banking is a big one, just having your bank system set up properly. And then the last point on know your numbers that I'm going to touch on is your personal and business expenses. So it's very easy when you've got big numbers, big revenue, maybe you just started a bunch of big projects, you got some deposits, and it's like, hey, I've got, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank right now. It's a good time to go buy a truck or a trailer or a boat or whatever, or maybe upgrade the family home or build a house, right? Because it's going through the business, so it's expense, so save on taxes. So you really have to know where your numbers are at to be making proper financial decisions, that it's not going to cripple you later. I know this far too well from personal experience. I had my construction business. I was on the tools when I started as a subcontractor, had a crew of guys. We did awesome, very profitable, obviously, and made a good living. And then I leveled up. I started managing, doing general contracting, all this kind of stuff. Bought a new house, bought some nice toys, funneled a whole bunch of money back into the business. And things were going good until they weren't. I was not watching my numbers, and I came to a really bad place where all of a sudden, I need to pay taxes at the end of the year, and I didn't have money in the bank, and now I've got to take out loans or try to move money around and all this stuff. So it creates a lot of headaches. So just watch your personal and business expenses and make sure that you are making wise decisions, not living above your means. I know it's society today is very common that we just max everything out and live large, but when you have proper finances in place, it improves your confidence and makes your company so much stronger. So a lot of time there on the know your numbers, and understandably, because it is so important, and it's someplace that I see a lot of contractors neglecting. And generally when I start working with a client, we start coaching, it becomes very obvious for a lot of guys that, the accounting and bookkeeping side of their business is just something that's more or less forgotten of. Maybe they check it, every couple of months or once a year. Maybe they got someone who handles it, but super important area. Not going to keep going on it. Number 2, coming at you, we're going to be talking about marketing systems. So now at least you know where your numbers are at. The next thing you want to be looking at for profitability is your marketing and branding. The reason for this is if you're hurting for leads, for projects, if you don't have a good brand awareness, you are just another commodity. You're just another Joe contractor out there. And you're going to take on jobs to keep the guys busy, just to keep the company afloat, whatever. And it's just not a good place to be and not a good way to run a business. You should never be worried about leads or have like crunches of jobs coming in. You want to be able to select your jobs and be able to price jobs effectively, that you're not landing every single job. If every job that's coming to you, you are selling, either you've got an amazing service and super great referrals, but more than likely your pricing is too low. So you got to make sure your pricing is in check, but you've got a brand and a reputation that can back it up, right? So consistent marketing is a big one. Have a system in place. Delegate this to a virtual assistant. Hire an admin part-time, somebody who's going to be able to put out content regularly, maybe send out email campaigns regularly, be adding people to the email campaigns, be following up with clients, checking in with them, making sure they had a good experience, seeing if they have anybody that they would like to refer, anybody else that's considering a project, getting signs out, putting door hangers on for the houses, near the houses that you're working. So have all the multifaceted marketing system that's being taken care of by other people. This will give you consistency. This will make sure that you have constant lead flow and you can price jobs effectively so that you're not, trying to nickel and dime and just getting those projects where people are super just price conscious, because you can't be profitable if you're getting these low paying jobs, right? So big second part of being profitable is getting your marketing systems in place. Third point, final big area I'm going to touch on here is operations. So the systems, the operations of your business, the efficiencies of your business. Hiring and training is going to be a big one. The people of your business is what's going to help you become profitable. You probably know this well. Hiring one contractor, one carpenter over another carpenter. One guy can sometimes do 50%, 100% of the work of the other guy. And it comes down to who you hire. One guy's going to give you probably twice as many problems, going to need twice as much guidance, not show up for work twice as much. So having a great hiring and training process is pivotal to being very profitable. So having a proper hiring process where you've got an ideal employee and you're bringing the right people into your business, you're letting the wrong people go, and having a system for that, as well as a training process. So once they're in your business, you are like a high-level company where they're going to want to stay because they know you're investing in them. They see that you've got a system, you've got a training process, you're upgrading their skills in a way that is, efficient and in a way that's going to bring more profitability, because they're still maybe a junior position, but they're operating at a higher level position, someone with, an extra year of experience, because you have a proper training system. Maybe they've only got 1 or 2 years of experience in your trade or your construction company, but they're operating at the same level as someone who's got 3 or 4 years of experience, just because you've been able to implement a proper training program. So personnel, HR, is a great place to really focus when it comes to your operations to become profitable. Second point on operations that I'm going to be touching on here is project management systems. So project management systems, this is like an overarching like systems for project management that's going to just make your projects run smoother, and it's going to make them more profitable. As you know, the shorter amount of time it takes to do a renovation, the smoother it goes, the less money you're going to spend on guys, having to redo work, just downtime. You're going to get paid faster from clients because the project's done sooner. You've got proper scheduling, proper communications. Your project managers are going to be more efficient, so you don't have to pay as much for the management of the project. So many benefits to having project management systems in place. And that's another place where you want to look to improve your profitability. So if you want any help with this, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what's, an area where you feel you're not being profitable. I'd love to know, know your numbers, marketing systems, or operations. Just one of those three, comment them below. I'd love to hear from you as to which area you think is the most important for your business right now, and I can give some extra information on that. If you need more help, there is a link in the description below, free course on how to build a business that works without you, so how to start systematizing your business, get off the day-to-day, get more profitable in your business. Free course, super easy to sign up, tons of great information, super valuable. Get that today. And as always, check out the other videos here. Got tons of great content coming at you weekly to help you improve and level up your business. Here's to you, here's to your profitable future.